Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's interesting topic is Pinna or the Auricle. So if you're new to our channel Logic Medico, kindly consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to press the bell icon to get the latest notification of the videos and the thumbs up icon showing that you like the video. Share this video with your family and friends. So this Pinna or the Auricle is a part of external ear. So external ear basically is divided into two parts. The outer visible portion of the ear is called the pinna or the auricle, and the inner tubular portion is called the external auditory canal or the external auditory meatus. We can compare this external ear to a funnel. The pinna or the auricle resembles the broader portion of the funnel, whereas the tubular portion of the funnel is comparable to the external auditory canal. So this pinna or the auricle gathers the sound wave from the periphery and directs it towards the tympanic membrane and the middle ear in a funnel-like fashion or a dish-like fashion. That is the overall idea of the external ear divided into pinna or the auricle and the external auditory meatus. So let's see what are the parts of this pinna or the auricle. So it appears like there are so many labelings. We'll cut short that and tell you in the simplest possible way if you have patience of 5 minutes to listen. So this outermost conical projection of the pinna is called the helix. This one is called the helix. Outermost conical projection is called the helix. That portion of the helix which is anchored to the side of the skull is called crux of the helix. Just within the helix there is one more projection which you have found in your ear, that is called antihelix, just within that. So between the helix and antihelix there is one boat-like depression. There is like boat-shaped depression. If you turn it around it will be like a boat. It's called scaphoid fossa. Just within the helix and outside the antihelix there is one boat-like depression called as scaphoid fossa. The upper end of the antihelix is diverging into two slips that will enclose one triangular area. It's called as triangular fossa. So we finished already 5 labelings. The helix, the crux of the helix, the antihelix, the scaphoid fossa and triangular fossa. It's not difficult, is it? So next up is, there is one canal. You can see that funnelar portion I told you, the external auditory canal or external auditory meatus. That canal is there here. If it is really wide, some insect or honeybee can come and make a nest over there. So therefore nature has provided one triangular projection from anterior plane, one triangular projection, so that the external auditory canal is partly covered. That triangular projection is called as tragus, T-R-A-G-U-S. A triangular projection which covers the anterior aspect of the external auditory canal is called as tragus. So when there is a tragus, this antihelix feels, oh, you are projecting towards me, let me also project towards you. There is one more tiny projection, it's not that much, but there is a tiny projection towards the tragus in opposite direction. It is called as antitragus. So tragus is projecting backwards, whereas the antitragus is projecting forwards or anteriorly. So antitragus is an elevation coming from the lower end of the antihelix projecting towards the tragus. Now there is a tragus, there is an antitragus. Between the two there is one depression. There is one depression, notch-like depression. It's called as intertragic notch. Intertragic notch. Okay. So that is about tragus, antitragus and intertragic notch. So now let's come to another portion, the 3 labelings. This external auditory canal is a tubular canal. The outermost end of the external auditory canal has got like one cave, like a cave has got a door, like that one depression, one dark area. That is called cavum concha. Cavum concha. Just above the cavum concha there is one curvilinear area that is called cymba concha. So I'll repeat one more time. External auditory canal, outermost portion, the tubular portion of external auditory canal has got like cave-like extension. It's called as cavum concha. Just posterior superior to that there is one depression. It's called as cymba concha. So the cymba concha will lead into cavum concha and that will lead into external auditory canal. So the entire external ear or the pinna or the auricle is made up of elastic cartilage. The skin from it cannot be easily pinched off. This entire area is elastic. If you see, if you pluck it forward and leave, it will go back to its initial position. So the elastic cartilage is directly wrapped around by the skin in the pinna or the auricle, except one area. That area is the lowermost area, the lobule. It is made up of fibrofatty tissue or the connective tissue. It's soft to touch this area. Even the person, ear piercing person, the tattooing person, the jewelry person knows this. He puts one piercing here and puts one jewel over here. Na? So even that person knows that it is not made up of cartilage. It's made up of fibrofatty tissue. So being a medico, we should know lobule of the pinna is made up of fibrofatty tissue. Remaining part of the pinna or the auricle is made up of elastic cartilage. It is elastic, it's dynamic. So this pinna or the auricle, these are the parts of the pinna or the auricle. For completion purpose, there are three muscles, one from front, it is called auricularis anterior. One from above, it's called auricularis superior. These muscles are rudimentary, means they are very tiny. One from behind, it's called auricularis posterior. So there are three muscles in the auricle which can drag the auricle forward. It's called auricularis anterior. Drag the auricles upwards, auricularis superior, and drag the auricle backwards, auricularis posterior. These muscles are rarely least developed in humans because we can turn our entire face or head and neck towards the source of the sound. But in some individuals, with practice, we can use that. Auricularis anterior drags the auricle forward. Auricularis superior drags the auricle upwards. This will drag forward, this will drag upwards. Auricularis posterior drag the auricle backwards. These are rudimentary in human, okay, and if they are present, they are supplied by facial nerve, okay. So this auricle not only helps in, it is like a dish, like the dish in our home, it is there no, on the roof, which is directed towards the satellite. The satellite here is the source of sound. So this dish, each portion will gather the sound wave, it will gather the sound wave, collect the sound wave and transmit it towards the external auditory canal. So ultimately the external auditory canal, tympanic membrane will be there, that will start vibrating. So a pinna will gather the sound wave, collect the sound waves and transmit it towards the external auditory canal, that in turn transmit it towards the tympanic membrane. Tympanic membrane is set into motion. So this is the summary of pinna or the auricle and its function and dynamicity. It is made up of elastic cartilage wrapped by the skin except the lobule, which is made up of fibrofatty tissue. So the ear piercing person knows that. And there are three muscles, auricularis anterior, superior and posterior, supplied by, it can drag the pinna forwards, upwards and backwards respectively, supplied by facial nerve if at all it's present. Thank you for watching and learning from Logic Medico. If you like this video, don't forget to press the thumbs up icon and subscribe to our channel and press the bell button for the latest notification of videos. Share this video with your family and friends. Thank you once again from learning from Logic Medico.